Hi everyone, welcome you to Pragya Insights. I hope you all are healthy and happy. Our today's video will be all about Tableau's functions. Tableau functions are very important since it helps us doing data manipulation and preparation in Tableau itself. Before video starts, let's have our today's question. The question is, what is the best suitable chart for showing location-wise data? A. Bar chart, B. Map view, C. Line chart, or D. Table view. Please share your answer in the comment. In our previous dashboard building session, we have created this chart to show the location-wise data. If have any confusion, go back to the previous video and find the answer. I will share the video link in the details. Let's start our today's video with listing some business requirement. While we will be working on these requirements, we will cover some Tableau functions. So the requirements are: first, creating a table showing profit for each subcategory. Second, finding a minimum and maximum profit value in each subcategory. Third, cleaning string data which might contain some unwanted characters and spacing. Fourth, recorrect order date by incrementing it by 1 week. Fifth, convert date values from a string format to date format. Sixth, finding a first day of year for each order date. And seventh, finding a order delivery time in weeks. I have created a multiple sheets to show functions so that it will be easy to understand. Let's work on our first requirement, which is the tabular view of subcategory wise profit. For this, we will create a table. To create a table, let's drop subcategory into the row shelf and then drop profit values to the row shelf. Change the profit column to the discrete and our table is ready. But wait, how this data is looking? Can you think of what can be improved here? The first thing which we can change is the representation of profit values. We can change the profit values to the absolute numbers irrespective of their sign. Also, profit values after decimal places does not have much impact, so we can format it. One way to format it is by using the format options. But these options are limited. Like we cannot convert values to absolute numbers. Also, we cannot define the method of rounding and many more. So what is the solution? The solution is we can create new calculated field to perform formatting as per the requirements. So what is calculated field and how it is created? The data set we use to create our dashboards contains the raw data. So almost every time we need to perform some data preparation and data manipulation steps to create new fields, which we can use to build our charts. These fields are called calculated fields. For creating these calculated fields, Tableau has well-defined set of functions for each type of data. Tableau functions are categorized as number functions, string function, date functions, type functions, logical functions, aggregate functions, user functions, table calculation functions, and spatial functions. Let's again go back to our first requirement, which is creating a profit table. Since the profit value is numeric type, so we will be using number functions to create or format our table. There are many number functions in Tableau. In our profit table, we have profit values which are negative as well. If we want to see the absolute profit value, so we can use absolute functions. Absolute value of a real number is a non-negative value. Let's go to our absolute function sheet. It is the same view showing subcategory wise profit. We can create a calculated field from here. The other way to create a calculated field is by choosing the menu of a field and create calculated field. The third way is from choosing a Create Calculated Field option from Analysis tab. So create a calculated field and start writing absolute. As you can see, the Tableau automatically starts suggesting various functions in the list. Select ABS. As you can see in the right, that it is also describing the functionality of a function with some example, like absolute value of -7 is 7. The other way to find the required function is using the search menu, where we have list of all the functions, and we can also filter out our functions based on the data type like number, string. As currently we are learning number functions, so we can select number function category from the drop down. We can also see all the number functions in the Tableau like absolute, exponential, log, minimum, power, square, and many others. So we want to see the absolute value of total profit within a subcategory. Choose absolute and then inside the brackets write sum of profit. Name the calculation as absolute. Always have calculation name meaningful so that by name it is easy to understand what these calculations have. Convert this field to discrete to create our table. Let's drop this field in our table. As we can see that absolute function change each value to its positive counterpart. For example, bookcase's total profit is -3632, but absolute value of total profit is 3632. Think of a cases where we can use absolute functions. Imagine you have a data set of sold quantity of each items, but due to some manual errors, some of the values in the sold quantity is in negative. We can use absolute function to make sure that sold quantity field is always positive. The profit values also having values till 4-5 decimal places. We should round this number. There are many ways to round the profit values. We can easily remove them using ceiling function, floor function, and round functions. Ceiling rounds a number to the nearest integer greater than or equal to the value. For example, profit of art is 6653.1962. Using ceiling function, it rounds it to 6654, the greater integer value. Floor function rounds a number to the nearest integer less than or equal to the value. Using floor functions, art's profit rounds to 6653, the nearest lower integer value. I already created the calculations for them since it is quite similar to the absolute function. Round function rounds the number to the specified number of digits. Create a calculated field. Write round. In the first place, write sum of profit. And in the second place, write 1. It means that this calculation will round profit till 1 decimal place. Name the calculation as round. Change it to discrete and drop it to our current view. As you can see, the accessories profit is 41936.6357 and after rounding it is 41936.6, rounding the values till 1 decimal place. So for our first requirement, to show the subcategory wise profit, we have seen multiple ways to format the values. We can use ceiling, floor and round functions to round our values. We can use absolute functions to change the negative value to its positive values. Let's see our second business requirement. to check the minimum and maximum profit values within each subcategory. To find out the maximum and minimum values, we will use max and min functions. I created a table showing profit and sales in each subcategory. Max returns the maximum number. There are two uses of max functions. One use is to compare the values of two columns. Let's compare value of profit and sales. Create a calculated field. Write max. In the first expression, choose sales. And in the second expression, choose profit. Name the calculation as max. Drop the field in the table. As you can see, for the accessories subcategory, it is giving the maximum value among sales and profit, which is 167,380.318. The second use case is to find the maximum value of one column only. Write max and inside the bracket choose profit. Name the calculation as max of profit. Let's drop this field to our view. The maximum profit of accessories is 829.3754. Are you wondering how it is calculated? Let's understand this in a brief by taking example of accessories. For simplicity, I am rounding the profit number. Let's create again subcategory wise profit sheet. And filter only subcategory as accessories. It is showing profit of accessories as 41937. It is the aggregated sum of profit, that is 41937 for accessories. Means Tableau take all the records of accessories and then sum their profit values. Let's disaggregate them using Analysis tab. And you can see all the profit values of accessories. It is 829.4, 762.2, 742.6 and so on. And it is also showing this in a descending order. Tableau sum all these profit values to show the sum of profit, which is 41937, as we are showing over here. Likewise, to show the maximum of profit, Tableau checks all these records and find out the maximum number. Since it is in descending order, we can easily say that 829.4 is the maximum profit value within accessories subcategory. The same is showing over here. Likewise, we have a minimum function. Minimum function returns the minimum of number. Similar like max, it also compares two columns or single column to find the minimum. We are taking example of single column. I already created a field for the minimum profit. You can try making this field by just replacing max keyword with min in our last calculation of max function. As you can see that minimum profit value of accessories is minus 75.6. The same you can find from our explanation. So we have created a table showing minimum and maximum profit value in each subcategory as per our second requirement. Our third requirement is to remove unwanted characters and spacing from text data. Let's see how to solve this. Since it is a text data, so to handle text data, we can use string functions. I have created a dummy data to show string functions. As you can see in the data that there are unwanted spaces, some characters are lower and some characters are upper. We need to format all this. To remove spaces, we can use trim functions. Ltrim function removes only leading spaces. Rtrim functions remove only trailing spaces. And trim functions removes both leading and trailing spaces. Let's create our calculated field and use trim function. Let's trim subcategory field and name the calculation as trim. Let's drop this calculation in our view. As you can see, the trim function removes the unwanted spaces before and after the string. I have created field for Ltrim and Rtrim. You can also try creating these fields by yourself. You can see the differences between trim, Ltrim and Rtrim functions from this table. In our data, the text values are also not written in a proper format. We can format it using three functions: lower function, upper function and proper function. Lower converts text into lowercase. Upper converts text into uppercase. And proper converts text so that the first letter of each word is capitalized and the remaining letters are in lowercase. In a calculated field, write lower, choose subcategory, name the calculation as lower. Let's drop this field in our view. As you can see that lower functions converts all characters of the subcategory into lowercase. Similarly, we can create fields for uppercase and proper case. The uppercase converts all the characters into the uppercase and the proper case converts all characters into lowercase except the first character which is capitalized. So as per our third requirement, we can first trim our subcategory values and then lowercase or uppercase as per our requirement. We already created a trim field, so we can use this trim field in our lower field. And let's just drop this into our view. As you can see that now our subcategories values are properly formatted. All are in lowercase and it also removed the unwanted spaces. Let's also learn some other string functions. Left, right, contains, ends with, starts with and length. We have left and right functions to extract certain number of characters from a string. Left returns the leftmost number of characters in the string. Create a calculated field, type left, choose subcategory field and mention the number of characters which we want to extract. Mention 4. Rename the field as left and drop this field in our view. As you can see, the left function returning the first 4 letters of the subcategory values. ACCE from accessories, APPL from appliance and others. Try using right function by replacing left keyword from our left calculated field. As you can see that right is returning last 4 characters from our string values. REIS from accessories, NCES from appliances. The other set of functions are contains, ends with and starts with, which are similar in functionality. Contains functions returns true if the given string contains the specified substring. Suppose in a subcategory we want to see all those values which contains IES in their string. For this, create a new calculated field, type contains, In a bracket, choose subcategory field and mention IES as substring. Name the calculation as contain. Drop this calculation in our view. As you can see that accessories is having IES, thus the contain function is returning true. Same for the supplies. Supplies is having IES, so the contain function is returning true for supplies as well. Rest all the values does not contains IES, and thus contain functions returning the false for this. We can use ends with to check whether the string has mentioned substring in the end. In the same manner, we can use starts with to check whether the string has mentioned substring in the beginning. If we want to check the number of characters in the string, then we use length function. Create a calculated field, type length, choose subcategory field, name the calculation as length, and drop it in a text value. Change the aggregation as attribute. As you can see, the length function is returning the number of characters in each string. Art is 3 character long. Binders is 7 character long. Our fourth requirement is to recorrecting order date by incrementing it by 1 week. Now work on the solution. As order date is a date field, to work with dates, we use date functions. For easy understanding, I have created the separate sheets for all the functions to understand clearly. Date functions are very useful in Tableau because in most of the data sets, we check business growths over the time. There are many date functions. Let's check the mostly used date functions. Those are date add, date parse, date trunc, date diff, day, week, month, quarter, year, date name, now and today. To add or subtract date from the date field, we use date add function. Date add function adds days, weeks, months, years to the specified date. Date add function takes 3 arguments. Date part to specify the date unit to add like week, month, year. Interval is to specify the increment value. And date is to specify the date field on which we want to add date. As we want to increment order date by 1 week as per our requirement, type date add, put week as unit, interval as 1 and order date as date field. Name the calculation date add. Drop order date to the row shelf. By default it is taking year. We can change it to the exact date. Change it to discrete. Now let's drop date add. And change it to exact date and discrete. As you can see that date add functions adds 1 week to each order date. So we have solved our fourth requirement. Let's see what else we can do with date add function. If we want to decrease the date by 1 week, we can mention -1 in the interval and see all the order dates has been decreased by 1 week. Our next requirement is to convert date values from a string format to a date format. Let's work on the solution. Each database stores date fields in slightly different ways. Tableau does it best interpreting the date fields, but sometimes a date field will be imported to Tableau as a text, string or numerical field. If this happens, we can resolve this issue using date parse function. To demonstrate this, I have created a field named order date string which contains the date values in a string format. Let's drop this field into our view. As you can see, the dates are into the string format. I want to create a dates from this field. For this, create a calculated field, type date parse. Now in the date parse function, we need to specify the exact format of our date string values using Tableau defined symbols. If you want to see how to define date format, check the Tableau date parse function documentation. So I am mentioning my date format. In the second argument, pass the date string field, which is order date string. Name the calculation as date parse. Drop this calculation into our view. Change it to exact date. As you can see that we have converted the date values which is in a string format to a date field. Our fifth question is also resolved. Next is finding a first day of year of each order date. Let's work on the solution. Here we can use date trunc function. Date trunc function can be thought of as a date rounding function. Create a calculated field, write date trunc. Inside the bracket, in the bracket write year as we want to round our order date values to year. In the second place, choose order date field. Drop this calculation into our view and change it to the exact discrete dates. As you can see that date trunc function is giving first day of year of each order date. Note this point that all these functions date add, date parse, date trunc returns output with date data type. Our next problem is to find the order delivery time in weeks. Let's see how to solve it. In our data set, we have order date and shipping date. The delivery time can be thought of as a time difference between order date and shipping date. Let's drop order ID so that we can see the delivery time of each order. Order date. Change it to discrete dates. Drop ship date. Now we want to check the delivery time of each order ID. Date_diff function can be used here to find the difference expressed in a specified units. Create a calculated field, type date_diff. In the date part, mention weeks as we want to see the duration into weeks. Mention order date as a start date, ship date as end date. Name the calculation as delivery time. Let's drop this calculation into the text values. As you can see that this field is giving you the delivery time in weeks. Like for the first order ID 100867, the delivery time is 0 weeks. Have you noticed something wrong here? No? Let me tell you that in some places the date difference is showing incorrectly. Like in order ID 119508. The date difference between order date and ship date is only 5 days but it is still showing 2 weeks. How? This is happening because of the aggregation as sum. When we disaggregate our data using Analysis tab, as you can see that order ID 119508 having 2 records. Each record is having 1 week time difference. After summing, it is becoming 2 weeks. So let's again aggregate our measure and change the aggregation to attribute. Now as you can see that the order ID 119508 is showing 1 week. But still the actual time difference is only of 5 days and it is still showing 1 week. This is happening because we mentioned date part as week and the week number of the order date and ship date is different. This way we have calculated the delivery time of each order ID. In continuation, let's learn some more date functions. Date part functions return the name of the specified date part as an integer. Create a calculated field, type date part. In the date part, write month and put order date as date field. Name the calculation as date part and drop this calculation into the text. Change the aggregation to attribute. Now you can see that it is showing the month number of each date. The month number of first order date is 1. These functions return the day, week, month, quarter, year of the given date as an integer. I have already created these fields as shown. Make sure to change the aggregation to attribute. Date part, date diff, day, month, quarter, year, all these functions return numeric data type. Date name. Date name function returns the name of the specified date part as a string type. Create a calculated field, type date name, write month as a date part and choose order date as date field. Name the calculation as date name. Drop this calculation in the text. As you can see that date name function is returning the name of the month of each order date. Two more useful date functions are now and today. Now function returns the current local system date and time. At the time of recording this video, it is showing my current date and time. And today function returns the current local system date. That's all for this video. In this video, we learnt what is the use of calculated fields and how it is created using Tableau functions. We learnt various Tableau functions like number functions, string functions, and date functions. Tableau functions are very useful because you will be using these functions all the time when building dashboards. If you missed something, then always replay the video and learn again and do practice. Now let's revisit our today's question. The question was, what is the best suitable chart for showing location-wise data? So the answer is option B, map view. I hope you all will be able to answer this simple question. Thank you for watching and please subscribe to my channel to get the latest videos. I'll see you in the next video.